Okay, so today's topic is information. Okay, and if we were going to build, our goal in 004 is to talk about the technologies that allow us to communicate and to store and to manipulate information. And, we're going to have to come up with what we hope will be a good implementation. Something that we think will sort of satisfy all of our criteria of being low power and high speed and low cost. So what does it mean to be good? And often engineers are very good. If you give them a metric, they will design to optimize that metric. So their choice of metric often determines what you're going to get back from an engineer. So you could say, look, I want it to be easy to use. I don't really particularly care if it's super fast because I'm not concentrating. I'm concentrating on ease and use. I want grandma to be able to make a phone call, okay, without having to, wonder about, the mean square path of electrons, traveling through a medium at temperature, 23 degrees Kelvin, right? That's just, grandma doesn't know how to do that. And hopefully we want to make it easy to use. So we're going to, that'll be one sort of metric. We want it to be efficient. In other words, we want to make sure that we're not spending any more power or any more time or any more dollars than we have to. We want it to be reliable. As I say, we'd like it to be able to stick it in our pocket and have it work everywhere we can work. We want it to be secure. We don't necessarily want the person next door to us, getting into our device and stealing all the information. So depending on the metric, we'll have different engineering tasks. Now, the implementations that we'll be considering, today we're just sort of going to think of information in the abstract as bits, and that's really the rest of this lecture is all about that. And then starting on Thursday, we're going to roll up our sleeves and figure out how to represent information, in our case using voltages, but we could have chosen currents or the frequency or phase of a wireless signal. All these are different ways of encoding information. And the low-level engineering is what we'll talk about now. But for the rest of the lecture, let's just talk about sort of information in the abstract. This, by the way, is a picture of an early whirlwind, one of the very first of the electronic computers. The thing I like about this was its choice of peripherals. And as you can see here I sort of zoomed in a little bit, I love the two taps on the side labeled coffee and tea. It was clear even back in those days that the computer world ran on caffeine, your choice. It's also probably a sign of the power dissipation of this beast, that they could get, basically hot drinks simply by running the tubes through the computer and offering you a tap on the front. So.